Alright everybody, let me know if you can hear. Hopefully the audio is working. Been a busy day. Hopefully I didn't screw this up, otherwise it's going to be a busier day. Looks like it's working. Awesome, you can hear me, thank you. Yeah, so let a couple people get in here hopefully, and then we'll get this thing going. Let's do that. Oh. There's that. Can unpin that because I'm good to go. And I think we're working. So, let's get off the thumbnail. We'll at least start explaining some stuff while people get in here. Hey Austin, how you doing? Austin Higgins' long-awaited return is here. That's awesome. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, long time no see, exactly. Been a long time since I did a stream. So this should be fun. I'm very excited for this one, actually. I think it's going to be a good stream. I'm gonna try and make this a yearly tradition. I think it's going to be really, really fun. We're going to do the NASCAR draft every year. It's going to be... Here, let me get onto this new screen. So we have a whole bunch of teams. Just 5, actually, so not really a whole bunch. But we have 5 teams, and we have 24, hang on. Yeah, 24 drivers. And all of them will be chosen from to go to whichever team. And so we're just going to go left to right. I just kind of randomly picked some. Not like randomly picked the teams, but I randomized the order. So that way it's not unfair. And we're going to do a snake draft. So we'll go Hendrick to Roush and then Roush to Hendrick. And we'll just go through until the end. And a couple drivers will get left out because they didn't make the cut. We're going to do... I believe I said I was going to do... Or not said. Decided I was going to do 4 per team. But I don't know for sure. So you can pull up the chat again. Yeah, so let's see what we can do. So this isn't just for me to do though. So obviously if you guys want to decide on some of this, that's fine. I'm not going to be the only one to do this stuff. So we're going to start off with Hendrick. What do you guys think? I mean, I have my guess as to who you guys would pick as the best driver, but it's up to you guys. Gotta take Larson, exactly. Alright, I'm just gonna do it as the first person to put something in the chat, but you can't do 2 in a row. So the first person to put something in the chat will get to pick, and the same person can't do 2 in a row. So Kyle Larson, gonna go over to Hendrick. That's 1 for Hendrick. Now we go to Joe Gibbs. So we're gonna do, I think actually we'll do 4 drivers per team, I think, right? Yeah. So we got Kyle Larson for Hendrick, which makes sense. Kyle Busch for Gibbs. That makes sense. Wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, let's do it. So Kyle Busch to Gibbs. 2 real combinations to start off. That's interesting. Up next we have... I am doing very well. Thank you, Beastrover, for asking. How are you doing? I mean, I'm tired. I've been moving the last, 4 days. Chase Elliott for Haas. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think that those are probably the 3 best in the Cup Series right now. So Chase Elliott, gotta find them. They're in number order, so it shouldn't be too hard. Of the ones that I picked. Brad to Stuart Haas. So, a young gun for Haas, yeah. Especially seeing their current dilemma where they have a couple of really young drivers that, I don't know that they're hopeless, but they're not super promise. Truex to Penske. I gotta make sure I do this right. Yep, so I Like Donuts is next for picking. So Truex to Penske. This is going to go by pretty quick. What do we think? I might have to change this up because it's going really quick just letting one person decide it. So I may have to change things up and just, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a general consensus. Suarez to Roush. Maybe. So let's see. We could do teams. I enjoyed that the last time we did that. We had a good enough amount of viewers. Let's see. Okay, so we said Truex to Penske. Let's do that, and then after the first round, we'll change things up. We'll change up the method. We'll do it by round. We'll change the method of how we pick. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't really totally pull my head together to plan this out. I just kind of put it together as quick as I could and, hope for the best. So Truex to Penske. I gotta find them. I'm not very good at looking for these guys, apparently. And then Roush. Beastrover said Suarez to Roush, so we'll do Suarez to Roush. And now I think every viewer has picked that's in the chat. So there we go. Oh, I just saw the animation. That actually works pretty good. It's not really an animation. I'm just dragging and dropping, but it's kind of fun. Alright, so round 2, we're going to start with Roush. So they have Suarez, and now they got to pick another one. And we're just going to do it back and forth across the screen until everybody's been picked. Or not until everybody's been picked, but until we've got everybody with a driver. And there's going to be 4 that are left over. William Byron for Roush. Makes sense to me. 2 young drivers, though, and they're going to pick 4. Almirola. I don't know. I don't know about Almirola. That would be an interesting pick. He does bring sponsorship, and I'm thinking we might do not a playlist, but like a series with this in NASCAR 2003. At one point, it doesn't have to be like super soon, but at one point it may happen. So that could be interesting if we did multiple seasons, with sponsorship really playing an effect on this. Let's do Byron. Penske needs a young gun. So Roush. Yeah, I think Byron would work for. He's showed a lot of promise, especially last year. He's been really promising. Where's Byron? 14. There he is. All right, so he's gonna go as well. Is that better? Should be better. I just unplugged the mic and plugged it back in. Oh, that may not be good. Is it still working? You hear? Okay. I don't remember the light flashing, so it might not be working, but I think it is. It works? Okay, good to know. So, Penske, I would agree with Blaney or Hendrick, really. But I'm hearing Blaney more than Hendrick. And part of the fun of this to me, and that's why I was kind of hesitant to say yes to Blaney or Hendrick, is I like the idea of the different drivers being on not their real teams. Like Chase Elliott at Stuart Haas seems kind of fun. Or Byron or Suarez at Roush is what we've got. Oh, and Truex at Penske, that seems really fun. So, yeah, it's kind of fun to see them at different teams. Especially with like the car numbers if I do a car pack with it. You have different sponsors and stuff on the new teams, so that stuff's kind of fun. All right, Stuart Haas. We have a young gun in Chase Elliott. A lot of you guys seem to like the idea of doing the wily old veterans with the young guns, just to kind of balance things out. Hendrick. That's not a bad choice. Hendrick's not bad. This is where I get myself in trouble. Hamlin or Kurt Busch. I say I get myself in trouble because Kurt Busch is, my favorite driver, but those 2 are veterans. Those aren't a bad pick. Hendrick's not a bad pick. Harvick's not a bad pick. Actually, I don't know. Harvick's going to be out of sponsorship pretty soon if he keeps up his attitude the way he's been, but maybe that's just me. So what do we think? I wouldn't be against Hendrick. I certainly wouldn't be against it. Busher to make it fun. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kurt would. I mean, it's hard to. I'm glad that I have somebody in the chat saying that Kurt's a good choice. Okay, I got 2. All right, then we'll do Kurt because I would pick the same guy. But I don't want to look biased. But if I got multiple people saying it, then we're gonna go with it. Now I do look biased because I just said that. Whatever. Oh well. Let's see. Kurt. Oh yeah, Kurt's back to Stuart Haas. How about that? I didn't even realize that. I wasn't looking at what team we were doing. I was just looking at who was the other driver. All right, Joe Gibbs Racing. Who's gonna go there? We got Kyle Busch, who's fairly young. He's fairly young. I mean, 35 or 36, whatever he is now. I mean, he's still got several good years left. I mean, Harvick's gonna be like 45 or whatever. I don't know how old he is now, but he's gonna race till he's 45 or he is now, whatever it is. Kyle Busch could easily have 10 years left. Bowman. Ooh. It's not a bad thought. That is not a bad thought. Let's see. I'm kind of just looking through, seeing who else is there. Yeah, I think Bowman's a good choice. Let's do it. I'm going to lock it in before anybody else says anything, because I think that's such a good choice. Bowman's in. Harvick does have a lot of sponsorship, but he's getting up there in age, and with Kyle Busch, I don't know. Yeah, Reddick's not a bad pick at all. That's not a bad idea at all. Um, Bowman definitely makes sense. You know what I love about my live stream is that you guys are so respectful towards each other in the chat. Like, I don't know, I've seen enough YouTube live streams to know that the chat can get kind of mean to each other sometimes, kind of nasty. I've never had to like really mute somebody in the chat. So, I just want to point that out. I appreciate that you guys are respectful to each other, even with differing opinions. Let's see. So we're doing Hendrick. I got sidetracked by the fact that I just realized you guys are so respectful about it. It's kind of fun. So we have Reddick as an option. We have Harvick. Bowman's already been picked. Oh, I see what you mean. And okay. So what do we think? Let's do a vote. Harvick or Reddick? I think either one makes sense. So I'm not gonna vote, but you guys feel free. Reddick could be interesting, definitely. I think he has a lot of potential. I think that Beastrover is right in saying that the RCR equipment holds him back. I think that's absolutely spot on. Yeah, exactly. Oop. NASCAR fans would rage if Harvick went to Hendrick. You know what? We're gonna... now I almost want to do it just to be naughty and put Harvick at Hendrick just because people would be mad. Like, wouldn't that be kind of just fun? I don't know. Maybe we could do that. Oh, man. Maybe I'll just have to randomize it. I don't know how to randomize it easily, though, because I don't have a randomizer pulled up. I think we're going to go with Tyler Reddick. We're going to go with Tyler Reddick to Hendrick. And the reason being, he's really talented and he's really young. Same with Kyle Larson. I mean, they could easily have like 10 championships in the next 10 years. Or not 10 years, 15 years. In this scenario with those two. That's not out of the realm of possibility. So we'll do that. And now we go back to Hendrick. So it really wasn't even that big a deal. Do they want to pick Harvick too? Because I didn't even think about that. It's not that big a deal. They can pick two drivers. The guys on the ends pick two drivers at once. I can't believe I didn't remember that. Yeah, I think we do Harvick at Hendrick. And so then that's three of their drivers. And now we're going back to Gibbs. Make them mad, exactly. So we got Larson, Reddick, and Harvick. That's interesting. Alright, so Joe Gibbs has Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman. That's kind of cool. They're both not like middle-aged in like a general sense, but in NASCAR ages, like driver ages, they're middle-aged. So they're talented and they've already won in real life. Harvick in the 48. There you go. Logano to Gibbs, that's not a bad idea. I can't believe Logano's name hasn't been mentioned yet. Wow. Yeah, I think that Logano to Gibbs isn't a bad idea. Of course, the other thing is with sponsorship, would he bring the Pennzoil with him, or are they just stuck because of Penske, I think, because he inherited them as his sponsor. He never actually brought them with him. So, I don't know, Logano, Hendrick. Bubba Wallace, maybe. Definitely not the worst pick. Oh, I don't know. This is tricky. We got three good drivers. We got Logano, we've got Bubba Wallace, and we got Hendrick. Logano does have other sponsors, that's true. But Pennzoil sponsors a lot of the season, and a lot of the other ones are Penske brought in. So, I don't know. It's hard, I don't know. I don't think of Logano as a guy that has a lot of special sponsorship. Let's see. Yeah, I think Bubba works. I also think... I don't know that Hendrick would work as well as Logano or Bubba Wallace because Hendrick's kind of just in between. I think that Penske already has a lot of in between with Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman in the age bracket, so now you kind of want to go for an older, not older, but Logano or Bubba. One has the success to back it up, and another has the sponsorship, so... Ooh, I don't know. I think we're going to go with Bubba Wallace. I think that the sponsorship is important, especially with Kyle Busch and Bowman, who I would say Bowman's a proven winner like Kyle Busch. Not like as much as Kyle Busch, but they're both proven winners, I would say. So, that's definitely not a bad pick. Stuart Haas is next, so we'll do... what's next? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I zone out. Denny to Stewart Haas. Let's see. What do we think about that, guys? It's not a bad pick. That would actually be a really good pick, I would say. Custer should go to Roush. I think Hamlin's a good pick. We're going to do that now. And, again, Roush Fenway is actually just Roush Fenway. Keselowski's not an owner. I decided for this scenario just because that wouldn't make sense for him to go against his own team and maybe a different manufacturer. So, Denny to Stuart Haas works. Custer to Roush, maybe. Maybe. I really think that it's interesting that none of the guys that will be at Penske next year... Oh, no, Blaney was. I was thinking Hendrick, Keselowski, and Blaney, because they're in the system in 2021. None of them have been picked, only Blaney. Burton to Penske. Maybe. I don't know. Now it's hard because a lot of you guys, sometimes I do have a preference, and I don't want to be biased, and I also don't want to upset people. Let's see. So we do have the option to do Hendrick. We got Burton Chastain. Chastain's not a bad pick at all. Chastain is definitely not a bad choice. You guys are very good at this drafting thing. We should do this more often on the channel. Chastain. Alright, we got 2 for Chastain. Let's do Chastain. So there goes Ross. Oh, apparently he's underneath Hamlin. I didn't realize that they were different layers the way I did it. Alright, there we go. So there is a set of 3 drivers for everyone except Roush. They're going to do their last 2 now. So we don't have to worry about which one's first and second. It's just which 2 drivers do they want to go with the other 2. We could do one for Trucks and Xfinity. You know what would be fun is if we did that with the picks that we do in this in mind. Chastain wasn't a rookie either last year or this year because he ran so many years for the smaller teams that he's just been, he's been around for a while, I think, really. Like, I think this is 2022 should be his 5th or 6th year, I think. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Chastain has been around for a while. He wasn't a rookie with Ganassi. Let's see. Yeah, the 10 of Almirola. Well, I would assume you mean the 10 of Almirola. He wouldn't be the 10 at Roush, but it was his first full year with a competitive team, but it wasn't. Logano and Almirola? That's not a bad way to go. You guys are very good at this. Good combinations. And then a lot of the guys left are either older or they're really kind of unproven. Bell is one of the last few guys that I would say is kind of proven to be a lot of potential. Yeah, I think we're going to do Logano and Almirola. That seems like a good choice. So Logano, Almirola. And there we go. So now we got 4 drivers left that'll get picked, and the rest are just dunzo. They can get picked in the trucks and Xfinity. So that's actually an interesting lineup. You got kind of 2 veterans in a way. Logano's younger, but he is a veteran. He's got over a decade of experience now. But then you have Byron and Suarez, who are definitely potential filled, but I don't know that they are proven. So that'll be interesting. That could be really interesting. Briscoe to Penske. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of younger drivers on that team, and that's the reason I say I don't know. Dillon to Penske? Maybe. Bell to Penske. We got a whole bunch of different ideas. I would definitely say that Bell would be a better choice than Dillon, and the reason I say that is mostly just because I don't think Dillon's as great of a driver as Bell. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Bell is kind of proven to be good. Briscoe is tricky. Briscoe's tricky because he's only had 1 year and it was not very impressive. I know that he had some flashes of brilliance, but I don't know. I think Bell is a good way to go. We got a couple people kind of going on others' bandwagons, so I don't know. I think we'll go with Bell. I think that would be a good choice for Penske in this particular scenario because they have Truex the veteran, Blaney who's clearly got speed and talent, especially considering this is the real equipment that he drives. Yeah, Dillon's not as bad as I think he is, I guess. I think it's more just because I look at him and it's not very successful. And part of it's that I don't like that he dumped Almirola for the Daytona 500. I'll never get over that. I'll also never get over the fact that Kurt got wrecked like 2 laps before that. But from second, he was leading a lap before that. So, anyway, Dillon, I don't really... Stuart Haas does have a lot of veterans. I would say not Keselowski. I would agree. Keselowski is tricky to go for because there's no balance otherwise. Yeah, it's crazy Keselowski hasn't gotten picked, but just because of, one driver, like say that Keselowski got picked instead of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch could easily, well, I wouldn't say Kyle Busch, but somebody could have easily been swapped with Keselowski in the same situation. It's just because of one driver being picked, it sets the balance for certain things. Burton to Haas. Maybe. If we're going to go with a young gun, I'm just going to say, as my opinion, Hendrick would be the best pick. Because, especially considering they were in pretty much equal equipment last year in the Xfinity Series. You have Hendrick, who made the Final Four, and I don't think Burton won a race, did he? I don't know if he did. All season. Maybe he did. He might have. I wouldn't be against Hendrick. I don't know who has said that or not, but Hendrick personally would be my choice if I was at the position Stuart Haas is now in. We also have, so there's 4 young guns, and then Dillon's already over 30. Hendrick that would actually be kind of cool. That would be like the dynamic, I almost said duo, but there's 4 of them. What's the word for duo? Actually, Keselowski. I don't know, because Keselowski's going to be 38? I think I heard a couple days ago. And then Kurt Busch is 43, Hamlin's 41, I think. And Chase Elliott, he's the young gun. But I don't know. You'd have to get a lot of new drivers. Quad is right. So they could be the cool quadrant. I don't know. That's true. If you get Keselowski, then you have 4 championship 4 contenders, especially in Stuart Haas equipment on a good year. Because I don't know. You guys are good at arguing your position. This is awesome. You got Hendrick, you got Keselowski. Those 2 are so good. I mean, Hendrick has clearly proven he'll be good someday. It's just, do you want him? Do you want success now or later? Is really the question. That's the tricky part. So let's put it that way. I want to hear in the chat. Do you guys think it would be better to go now or later for success, especially when you have kind of two veterans and one rookie, or not rookie, younger driver already? It is tough. It's really tough. I don't know. I would honestly lean towards Keselowski, and the reason being, Keselowski, just like Kyle Busch, who's 36, Keselowski's really only 2 years older than him. Keselowski could easily have 5 or 6 years. Yeah, I say Brad. I say Keselowski. Because, like I said, he's still got years left. I mean, Kurt's racing at 43, and he's driving some of the best racing he's ever driven. Hamlin is 41, and he's doing the same thing. So Keselowski could easily go 5 or 6 more years at 38 and still do well. So I think we'll go with Keselowski. Let's go with him. He's going to maybe take Stuart Haas to a championship or something. I don't know. All right, and then we got 2 drivers left. The rest are left for Xfinity and Truck Draft. That could be interesting if we do that. I think we will. It wasn't like it took that long for this to get set up. So we could easily do an Xfinity Series and a Truck Series draft. So we have 2 younger drivers. Although Bowman's almost 30, isn't he? And Kyle Busch is 36. I don't know. It's hard to really know what situation Gibbs is really in. I think Kurt Busch is going to win 2 or 3 races next year, actually. And the reason being, Bubba Wallace has never really had a year in great equipment, and so I think it was kind of tricky for him, especially with a new team, to lead the team. So he didn't show, even last year, what 2311 could do, just because he's younger. He hasn't really had experience in best equipment. He's never won a race until Talladega. He hadn't had the time to really learn how to do what his position was meant to do last year. So Kurt Busch, on the other hand, can definitely do it. I definitely say that that Bubba did not show the potential that the team had. And that's not a slight against Bubba. I just think that he wasn't in a situation where he could show what they did, and it's not his fault. Kurt, on the other hand, in the second year of the team, can definitely do well. I think Ganassi held him back. I mean, you saw what Larson was doing after he got out of a Ganassi car and into Hendrick. I think 2311 it's pretty much a 5th Gibbs car, and Kurt Busch is in it, or 5th and 6th. And Kurt Busch is in there. So I think that Kurt could easily win 2 or 3 races next year. Briscoe to Gibbs, Hendrick to Hendrick. Alright, sorry, I got distracted talking about Kurt, but yeah, I mean, Briscoe to Gibbs, Hendrick to Hendrick. That could definitely work. Briscoe to Gibbs. I just want to take a look at how these 2 teams would look. We can always move them around. But Briscoe with Bowman, Bubba, and Kyle. Hendrick with Harvick, Reddick, and Larson. I don't know. I would say that these are definitely not bad picks, but I would almost say Custer instead of Briscoe, right? I almost would say that, yeah, I think that Custer would work better than Briscoe just because he's got an extra year. Yeah, I think that would work better. And the only reason being, we have a couple younger drivers, and we've got Kyle Busch. If you want to go with another younger driver, you'd want him to be a little bit more proven. Custer, I think, even though he didn't win as many races in a season as Briscoe, he beat Briscoe when he was in the series with Briscoe, so I think that he's more proven. And he has a win in the Cup Series, too. So we'll put Briscoe... I don't know where it was. There's no snap anymore. So there's Custer. Let's put that there. And there it is. And now I almost wonder... Oh, shoot, we don't have enough drivers. I was going to say, could we do one more? But no, we can't. I was thinking we should just do 5-car teams. But it's not going to work that way. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the draft. let's definitely do the Truck Series and Xfinity, or the Xfinity and Truck Series another time. I don't have the time to set it up in the middle of a stream. Nobody wants to sit around for me to set that up. But I can definitely do that, and I definitely want to do that. I just need to find some time, and maybe later this week or next week, whenever it is. Tomorrow is a new week, so next week, I guess, we can do that. I think that would be really fun. That's very true. If Chase Elliott got his first win the way that Cole Custer did, nobody would say that Chase Elliott's win was a fluke. It would be exactly that. It would definitely be, right place, right time. And he got himself there on merit. So, running top 5 doesn't mean that you're terrible. He was running up front most of the day. And he said it in his interview, and I don't think he was saying this just to defend the legitimacy of his win. I think he was saying it because he believed it. That was the best Cup car he'd driven up to that point. So, it wasn't like he wasn't up front. He was running top 10, top 5, good portion of the day, and found a good spot. So, this is a really short stream. I feel like it should go longer, but I guess it doesn't really have to. I would have made more drivers and teams in this, but I couldn't fit them all on the screen and make it visually pleasing, so I figured it's better to do it this way. And that way you got 20 cars. That's easier to paint too if I ever paint that. I think that I will. I think this would be really fun. We have an interesting enough draft too. That could be fun. So let's definitely do that. I think that I'll try and paint some of those cars at one point. And we'll do the Truck Series and Xfinity Series. I won't paint those, but we could do like a simulation of the season with those drafts, and I don't know, we could definitely do something. So, yep, I think that will pretty much do it. You guys have any other last thoughts? Here, let's put these guys over here. Let's put them at the bottom so I remember that they are getting drafted another time. Yeah. Hendrick favorite team, Reddick favorite driver. That's kind of fun to have those guys together. And that wouldn't be a bad matchup either. Like, they would do well. They would do very well. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like this draft. It came out really cool, very interesting. When I look at the 4 there, the 2 that don't surprise me that they were left are Dillon and Buescher. The 2 that kind of do, because I don't know, I didn't do like a crunch the numbers and think about who I thought would get left and stuff. But Harrison Burton, I'm not really surprised that he got left off the table, but Briscoe I kind of thought would maybe make it somewhere. Like maybe where Almirola is, maybe Briscoe, but I don't know. I didn't think about the sponsorship for Almirola. So, yep, this is a fun stream. I enjoyed this one. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hold on. Let's go back to, where is it? There it is. The NASCAR Draft 2022. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I think that a lot of you did. This is a good way to do a stream as well, because it's kind of engaging. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I think it seems like you did, which makes me happy. And, yeah. Oh, that wasn't an animation, but thank you. That's just, here, I'll show you. It's part of my channel intro, and I clicked on it. So, essentially, I just picked the wrong thing. I picked the wrong scene. So it's not a scene transition, it's just my intro animation. I'm working on trying to do stinger transitions, which is where you like slide something across the screen so that it changes the scene or what's on the screen. I haven't gotten to that yet. I haven't gotten to spending the time on that. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. We're wrapping this up after just about... Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Glad you think it's cool. So yeah, thanks all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all very, very soon. Hopefully for the next draft stream, I would assume is the next one. Maybe we'll do some painting. I'll see you soon. Peace out.